Hey guys, it's Anthony Romrell, and in this series of videos I'm going to teach you how to use Houdini and how to build this rock formation. So we're going to start out with a new file. In this video we're going to start by building out just a simple rock. So I'm going to start a new Houdini file, and we'll say save that. Okay, and what we're going to do with this is I'm going to start out with a sphere. So I'm not going to click the sphere button. What I'm going to do instead is come on over here to this view right here. This is the objects and node editor view. And what we're going to do with this is I'm going to hit the tab key within this view. And I'm just going to start to type in the word geo for geometry. And I'm going to click and add a geometry node. Okay. And what I'm going to do with this is just select this geo 1 and just give it a name of rock formation. Okay, then I'm going to double click and go inside this rock formation, and I'm going to add my first node. So I'm going to hit the tab key, and how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do search. So once I hit the tab key, I'm just going to start to type. So I know I want a sphere, so I'm going to start to type in the word sphere, and I'm going to do sphere primitive and just set that here in this object view. And here I get a sphere, and it is in primitive mode. What I want to do to turn this into a rock is go to polygon, and that's going to give me a triangled polygon. Now within this node I have some parameters that I can use. So I'm going to do uniform scale, for example. I'm going to scale this down to, like, let's just say 0.5, so half of the full scale. And then you can see I can make adjustments like frequency. Frequency is where I can add more geometry or less geometry. Okay, now I want this to look more like a rock. So that's going to be a pretty simple node. So I'm just going to select this sphere node and click on this bottom point here and pull. That's going to give me a connection line, and I'm going to release. And then I'm going to hit the tab key, and I'm going to type the word mountain. So there's the word mountain there. Something you should know about Houdini and how it works is only one node can be visualized at a time. So I'm going to click on this mountain, and you're going to see now I've got a small change, and it looks more like a rock, which is what we're creating here. Okay, so now I've got a sphere node. You can see if I visualize the sphere or if I visualize the mountain node. Great. You can have many of the controls that we have like in Maya. So if you hold the option key, you can track and dolly to move your stuff around. You can also hit the F key to frame it. Okay. You can also hit the F key in this view, or the L key to straighten out your node tree here. Okay, so we've got the mountain node. A couple things about the mountain node that you should know is I can come on down here and I can give it an amplitude change, how much that it changes. With a pattern, I can also change our pattern. So there's various patterns here that we can go through with our noise, right? And you can decide which pattern's right for you. I could do an element size, okay? And then I could also do an offset, which is going to give us a whole bunch of variety in that noise. Okay, so for the most part we're done, but we're going to add a material to this first of all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my material palette here, and got a little error there on my license because I'm in a different location. I'm just going to ignore that for now, but I'm just going to, in my material view, I'm going to just click down until I see concrete, and I'm going to instance that. So with this selected, I'm going to hit this arrow. It's going to instance it into the scene. I'm going to drag this concrete onto my object, and you can see it's not visualized yet. I'm going to go back here to my node view, and I'm going to hit return because I'm in a material view. And I'm going to add one more node here. So I'm going to hit tab, and I'm going to add a UV texture. So just type in UVT, UV texture will appear, and I'm going to visualize that. And you can see it is now visualizing that texture on that rock. Now the UVs aren't perfect, but I can change the UV style. So I'm going to change this to a cylindrical texture, which is going to give us a better look. But if I go around, we'll see if there's any issues. And you can see there's a little seam issue right here. Let's try to fix that. This UV texture right here has a little magic button we can hit. So if I go down here, I can do this, click Fix Boundary, and that should tighten up my UVs. I didn't see much of a change, but we'll see it later as we're working along. Now, if this isn't the right solution for you, you can always experiment, so you can see there's rows and columns. You get various result faces. So, feel free to go through and modify and change, the way you're UV mapping. Okay. So that's the complete version of this rock. We're going to come back in the next video and create a formation with rocks.